friends, today I'm gonna show you how to make this It's Fall mesh sweater. It's very easy and I hope you will enjoy it. You can find a written pattern on my Etsy. I will link it in the description. This tutorial will be only for your measurements. Also, if you are interested in being a tester for one of my future designs, please follow me on Instagram. That's where I post all of my tester goals. You will need a size 2 fine yarn. I used YarnArt Jeans and I used about 300 grams. Then 4mm hook, scissors, needle and some stitch markers. Start with a slip knot and chain 9. And half double crochet into the 7th chain you did, which is the 3rd chain from your hook. Then half double crochet into the next 6 stitches. Now chain 2 and half double crochet into the same 7 stitches, this time only into the back loop. Continue with chain 2 and then 7 half double crochet into the back loop only until it's as wide as you want your sweater to be. You will continue crochet onto the long side of your ribbing. You will chain 5, skip the next row of ribbing and slip stitch into the 2nd row of the ribbing. Continue with chain 5 and slip stitch into the ribbing until you get to the end of your ribbing. Turn your work and chain 7, then slip stitch into the last chain 5 you did. You will always chain 7 when the row will end on this side. Now chain 5 and slip stitch into the next chain 5. You will continue this till the end of the row. Chain 3 and triple crochet into the corner of your ribbing. You can also chain 2 and double crochet if your diamonds are a little smaller. chain 5 and slip stitch into the last chain 5 and continue with this till the end of the row. On this side you will slip stitch and then chain 7. You will then slip stitch into the next chain 5, then chain 5 and slip stitch into the next chain 5. Continue till the end of the row, where you will again chain 3 and triple crochet. Continue with this until it's as long as you want it. Mark on your mesh how wide you want your neck hole to be and mark it with some stitch markers. Make sure there is the same amount of mesh diamonds on the sides. You will continue normally with the mesh until your first stitch marker. In between your stitch markers you will chain 4 and slip stitch instead of chain 5 and slip stitch. continue normally till you get to the second to last chain 5 you did. Chain 3 and triple crochet into the last chain 5 you did before you did the chain 4. Now chain 5 and continue back to the side. We will now make just the one side. Continue normally to the side and then to the middle. Till you get to the second to last chain 5, then chain 3 and triple crochet into the last chain 5. Now again chain 5 and continue normally to the side and back to the middle. You will now chain 5 and slip stitch into the last chain 5. Now chain 3 and triple crochet into the chain 3 and triple crochet from 2 rows ago. Chain 5 and continue normally to the side and back to the middle. Again chain 5 until you get to the last chain 5, then chain 3 and triple crochet into the chain 3 and triple crochet from 2 rows ago. Now chain 5 and continue normally to the side and then to the middle again. Again chain 5 until the last chain 5 and slip stitch into the last chain 5. Now chain 4 and triple crochet into the chain 3 and triple crochet from 2 rows ago. Now chain 5 and slip stitch into the chain 4 you just did. Now chain 5 and slip stitch into the next chain 5 and continue normally till the end of this row. Now Now chain 4 and slip stitch into the last chain 5 you did. Now you will chain 4 and slip stitch into the next chain 5 till the end of this row. This is one side done. You will now turn your work and attach your yarn to the little triangle on the side, and you will repeat all of the instructions for the first side on this side. This is the front panel done. You will now repeat all of the instructions for the ribbing and for the mesh to do the back panel. You will repeat the basic mesh until you have 3 less rows than finished front panel. You will repeat the instructions for the 2 rows from the start of one side, and then do just the chain 4 at the top. So let's start with the sleeves. Leave a little bigger tail before you do your slip knot, and then do the same ribbing you did in the beginning. So chain 9, then half double crochet into the 7th chain you did and into the 6 more chains. You will then chain 2 and half double crochet into the 7 stitches. Repeat this until your ribbing is as long as your wrist circumference. You will now use the tail you left in the beginning, and you will sew the 2 ends of the ribbing together. I'm using just my hook, and you can use the needle or whatever you want. Put your hook back into the loop and chain 5. Then slip stitch into the ribbing. I will slip stitch every centimeter or so, but if you want more balloony sleeves, bigger sleeves, you can slip stitch closer together. So continue with chain 5 and then slip stitch into the ribbing. In the end of this row, just chain 3 and triple crochet where you started, or chain 2 and double crochet depending on how big are your mesh diamonds. Don't turn your work when you are done with this row. You will just chain 5 and slip stitch into the next chain 5 and continue this till the end of the row. Again, in the end of this row, just chain 3 and triple crochet where you started the row. Continue with this until your sleeve is long enough for you. It should be from your wrist to your bicep. When you reach that length, continue the first row normally. But in the end of this row, don't chain 5 and slip stitch until the end. You will chain 3 and triple crochet 1 diamond before you would normally. So it forms this V shape. Chain 5, turn your work and continue normally with chain 5 and slip stitch. Again, in the end of the row, chain 3 and triple crochet into the last chain 5. Turn your work, chain 5 and slip stitch, and continue with this until you have 6 diamonds in the top, or until it's long enough for your shoulder. Now chain 4 and slip stitch into the next chain 5. Now chain 5 and slip stitch until the second to last diamond. And chain 2 and double crochet into the last diamond. Now you will chain 4 and slip stitch and repeat this till the end of the row. This is the finished sleeve. Now we will have to make another one by repeating all of the instructions again. Now let's make the neckline ribbing. It's very similar to all the ribbing in this sweater. You will start with chain 9 and then half double crochet into the 7th stitch and into the 6 more stitches. Now you will just chain 1 and half double crochet into the next 7 stitches, into the back loops only. Chain 2 and half double crochet into the next 7 stitches, and on the other side you will only chain 1. Continue with this until the ribbing is long enough to put your head through. It's better when it's smaller because it will stretch out. Now sew the two ends of the neckline ribbing together. Now you will sew all of the parts together. You can mark it first with a stitch marker. Sew the front panel to the back panel. You will first sew the top of the front and the back panel together. Then you will sew the front and the back panel to the sleeve. And then you will sew the side of the sweater. In the end, you will sew the neckline ribbing onto the sweater. Start in this corner of this little triangle, pull your yarn through and make a little knot in the end. And then just sew. Make sure everything is nice and even. Do the other side next and then do the sleeve. I attached my stitch marker at the top of the sweater and in the middle of the sleeve, and I will start on the side of the sleeve so everything on the top is nice and even. Continue like this all around the sleeve and then do the other sleeve, and then you just do the side of the sweater. Last part to sew is the neckline ribbing, and I do it by putting the ribbing inside of the mesh and sewing the mesh on the top of the ribbing. You can also add a couple of stitch markers so everything is nice and evenly stretched. I also added a thin elastic at the top of the neckline ribbing and in the cuffs so it stays nice and stretchy, but you don't have to do that, and then you will just weave in your ends and you are done. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you liked it and if you like this instruction when I speak or where I just write it down. Thank you and bye!